Back to my channel, guys. It's me, Irvin, with another manga review. Now this one is going to be on, again, Sachi-iro no One Room, which is the manga that I've been reviewing chapter by chapter. Chapter 6 is actually the last chapter of the first volume. This manga so far only has 2 volumes, 12 chapters, and I am not 100% sure because I don't want to ruin it for myself. So I haven't checked if the 12th chapter is actually the last chapter. So it could be that there's more chapters, they just haven't released it yet. Last I heard, the manga itself was placed as an ongoing manga, which means it has not ended yet. Though there's no more chapters out other than 12 chapters, 2 volumes. So, Sachi-iro no One Room, for those who have not been following my videos, the synopsis of this one essentially is there is a girl who is kidnapped, and she essentially is falling in love with her kidnapper, does not want to leave his side, and the reason why is because she's being abused at home and at school. So she is essentially, in her eyes, in a better place. And that's really the synopsis of the story so far. The 6th chapter, I want to start with, it felt like a filler chapter, and I don't always hate fillers. I do feel like this chapter was needed in some way, but it was a filler chapter nonetheless. Which is really odd because that's not how you usually, well, that's not how they usually end a volume. Usually they leave it in a cliffhanger. Now, there is kind of a cliffhanger at the end, and I'll explain that. So, chapter 5 essentially talked about a little bit about her past, her being physically abused at home by her mom and dad, and then her being verbally abused by her students, or fellow classmates, really, sorry, and then being sexually abused, or at least it hinted that she was being sexually abused by her teacher. So then it kind of ends with her coming with the conclusion that she's happy now and she doesn't want this happiness to end, so she's gonna kill herself. That way the happiness doesn't have a closure in her life. So she decides to jump off a bridge. Chapter 6 starts with this scene. Oni-san, which we still don't know a name, and we actually don't even know how he looks because he's wearing a mask at all times, actually saves her. He grabs her foot before she falls, and then he gets her up, and there's a scene where he is basically telling her that he needs her for his happiness, as well as he raises his hand, and she has this kind of like a quick thinking or a quick thought that he's gonna hit her, and he actually pats her and loves upon her and says, "Hey, I'm scolding at you because I love you, or because, sorry, because it's good for you," and really he shows the love that she's never been shown, and that's really what this filler was really needed for, is that he is not holding back. He's not just there and letting her create this fantasy. He actually is wanting to show her a relationship, a healthy relationship, I guess you can say, that she's never had in her life. And she decided that she wants to live, and she wants to make him happy as well as herself. So that's essentially chapter 6. What is the cliffhanger? At the very last page, you just see this random guy uploading something on a computer, and that's it. You just kind of left wondering what the heck was that. Not really much of a cliffhanger, more than just questioning what is going to happen next. So, my thoughts to that is probably someone that either helped him or is someone who actually recorded them when they were out in their date, and he's gonna basically blackmail them to get what he wants. So overall, let me review chapter 6, and then I will give a rating after this. Chapter 6, a filler. It didn't do much more to the plot than we already had, other than her being saved and he kind of showing a little bit more love to her, though it was already shown in previous chapters. So the rating right now is at 7.5. I don't think it's a bad chapter, so it doesn't deserve it to lower it, but it doesn't deserve it to higher the rating still. So as of right now, I still believe it deserves a 7.5, and maybe later it'll increase. As of right now, I don't think it should. And yeah, so what are your opinions? Have you guys read this one? If you haven't, I recommend you go read it. You can get it digitally online, and I'll eventually put some links on these videos so you guys can go find them. So thank you so much, guys, for following my channel. If you haven't done so, make sure you subscribe to my channel, as well as like, share, and do all the other fun stuff if you want. Guys, thank you so much for all your support, and like always, don't be strangers.